Listen, so the Scene It single, right, with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
He cried.
I mean, not like literally, but you know.
Like he on the phone sobbing.
No, he wasn't like that.
How
He
was
was
it?
just like, yo, you know, when I sent it to him and he did it, and he said the verse back, I was like, yo, like this is crazy. He's like, yo, man, I went so far back, you know, I almost was teary-eyed in the booth. He was just kicking, you know, popping, but that's how I felt.
Life is a speeding bullet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Originality has to come back in full force. Doing this shit, whatever your mind is thinking of, or whatever it is that you see, is what you should do. Inspiration is cool, but you gotta be inspiration yourself for others too.
Any artist you know's favorite producer, favorite technician, favorite executive, and I just had to come down here and sit with him and pick his brain.
Who the fuck is Cardo? You about to find out, brother.
What's up, world? I just landed in Dallas, Texas, the #1 co-signer Don Cannon, and it's another episode of BackTrak. And I can't tell you car I just stole, but it's gonna be a fire episode. Make sure you like and subscribe right now, and the Tomorrow merch is out on the site, shoptomorrow.com. Holla at me. BackTrak, Don Cannon. I'm here, the #1 co-signer, and I always say this, but this is definitely one of the best episodes and a special episode to me because I'm here with my brother. We've done a lot of work together. We also chilled so much together on a comfy boy swag. That's why we in this environment and we're not in a studio as normal. But I'm here with my man Cardo Got Wings. What's up, bro?
What's going on? I don't speak much English. That's kind of how it was.
So you can already know we got the chemistry, but we came all the way to Dallas to sit with him. This is a mastermind. When I say a mastermind, a real mastermind, like he got 4 or 5 laptops, you know what I mean? Speakers all over the place. He travel with barefoot. He get kicked out of hotels. You know what I'm saying? Like he really does this, he's one of any artist you know's favorite producer, favorite technician, favorite executive, favorite business mind. And I just had to come down here and sit with him and pick his brain. I mean, it's going to be hard for this interview for me because I know so much about my man. And we just have so many hour conversations and goof off and talk about anything from, you know, parlay all the way down to, all the way down to the drip, to the music,
to the drip.
You know what I mean? So we're here. I'm glad we're here. It's my light skinned brother. But tell the people where you from. You know
I am from Alaska, Anchorage to be exact. You know, nah, man. I'm originally from St. Paul, Minnesota, east side to be exact, by way of Dallas, Texas. It's been my home for the last 20 plus years. It's a place that I consider, you know, my backyard and everything above that. So, yeah, that's where I'm from, though.
What made you come to Dallas? I mean, I love Dallas, but what made you come to Dallas? Like, did you have this dream? Say, yo, I'm gonna set up shop in Dallas, or was it just like a?
It wasn't even on my bingo card for real. It was really more so my mother convincing me.
Okay.
To you know, avoid being in constant trouble. You know, as a little young youth, whatnot. You know, I was not a troublemaker, but I was finding myself in trouble. So
moving with your auntie and uncle and Billy.
You know what I'm saying? On my way. You know what I'm saying? And you know, end up being some, some bumps in the road for me to kind of like get adjusted to sit down for a second. And then, you know, my mother, she convinced me. She was like, you should just really come down here. Like, and my mother, she already went down that way earlier that year. And that was 2004. So it really ended up being me just rolling the dice and just going with it, you know, and just hoping for the best. Knowing that there was already a movement going on out here with the whole DSR movement, which was Tum Tum, Big Tuck, Fat Bastard, Lil Ronnie. There was a lot of the guys, man, that was really doing some shit on the T-Town music side. That was making noise, even Twisted Black, you know, over in Fort Worth. So I felt like it was a little bit of a slight opportunity for me to kind of fit in, and kind of blend in with the music scene, just knowing the fact that I was already making music. But I was more so on the rap side on that aspect versus producing, but I was trying to do both and it kind of ended up being that. I was managing to do things to kind of get around and met my big homie, Big Mike, from New Jersey. He from Trenton. I know a lot of people like, damn, he from Trenton? Nah, but
we call that Philly. Trenton's a part of Philly too.
Nah, facts. So shout to Trenton though.
Yeah,
shout to
Trenton.
it's a beautiful place. It's just gotta know where you're going. But yeah, he had this, he had the same inspirations as me, wanted to do music. I remember the first time I rapped for him and shit, he was just like, boy, you sound like Lloyd Banks. And I kind of ran with it like, oh, shit, I might get away with this. So everybody else was hearing it like, yo, he sound like Lloyd Banks. I'm like, oh, okay. So we formed this group, me and the homies and whatnot. My sister's friend, Smush, we had this group called AK, which was short for Al Qaeda. I know. Sounds crazy, but we was a group.
It was AK though.
Yeah, it was AK though. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of us. Majority of them were from Jersey, and it was us and my homie Beezy too. Shout out to Beezy wherever the homies is at, Jersey, everybody. So just going down that lane, cause it was like, man, it was all a dream, and niggas built a studio in the garage out of like straight wood, and like caulking and glue from Home Depot type shit. So we was trying to make it happen, We had a couple shows. We ended up getting popular in this little city that I lived in at the time, which was Euless. And it kind of went up from there. And then Katrina had just happened. Boom. And then everything right there compromised everything more because there was so much shit going on during Katrina.
Everybody was moving in.
Man, it was tough. It was tough. Like, people like, oh man, I'm pretty sure it was like open arms. Yeah, it was, but it was a bunch of it's a bunch of bullshit belonging to that too. So we kind of like had to tread lightly because it was really a trying times. I was getting an interview from Midwest Airlines. I'm like, cool. And he was like, this is the salary. I'm like, oh my God, what? I'm like, I ain't never made that much money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just started hitting all at once. So I'm like, shit, cool. Got back to the crib, started orientation. Then, music, I was starting to get more money. So I was able to buy things. I was able to, buy a laptop, but I bought the wrong laptop off of Craigslist. I ended up putting a post on Craigslist for a trade. I was like, man, either trade for a PC or trade for like $600, $700. Somebody hits me back like within 30 minutes. We got a deal, da-da-da. I'm like, oh, for sure. Like, meet me at this Walgreens. And it worked, you know what I'm saying? And they came with the laptop. Deal look a little beat up. I might got cheated out of that deal. I don't even know. But however the outcome was, that laptop got me in the door.
Changed your life.
It changed my life.
Shout out to the Dell guy.
Shout out to whoever on Craigslist that you met me in Louisville off of the Walgreens off of MacArthur. Shout out to you for real.
A lot of people, we talked about this on the way, and it's how Synergy worked. When we were on the way here, we was talking about how everybody in my family did not graduate high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they had to go into the family business, which would be iron worker or just doing,
union work
things. And I was going to be like the first person to, graduate high school besides my mom and a few others. But usually my uncles and stuff like that didn't get a chance to get in that space, but they made tons of money in a different, workforce. And I went to college and dropped out. And we talked about that a lot. But one of my memories is when you was talking about the fiberglass and stuff is when I was in college, we built the studio, but we used mattresses and hangers for the pop
right there,
mic and all that. And you started as an artist, right? First.
Yeah, I was rapping.
At what point did you feel like you needed to like make beats? Was it because you couldn't find other people's beats?
It was really that. It was like, man, how the hell get a Dr. Dre beat? Nigga, how am I gonna get a Timberland or?
And there wasn't no type beats then when you got YouTube, you couldn't type.
You didn't have no access to internet, period.
Right.
There was no way we get on our phone on a Nokia 5280, whatever the hell, and the screen is green. The only access we had is when we got to our house or at school or wherever the hell, most likely was, out of those two places. So the access for us to have those things it was limited.
Right.
Versus now.
When you started making the beats, did you sample first or you started playing?
I was sampling, man.
You're sampling
I
first.
was sampling because it's like, for one, you gotta, I feel like most of the people that sample, like you, Large Professor, Alchemist, all y'all, like, I feel like when niggas didn't have no access to melodies or to play melodies, niggas like sampled first.
Manipulated the samples to beat melodies.
And then it built melodies around it. I don't know. I could be wrong. I just feel like
that's what it is, for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like that was how it happened for me. Like, my technique was, okay, I got a sample, but I could build a melody around a sample. Can I do that? I didn't know the laws of it at first. Yeah. It's like, with a sample, do you add more to it? Or is it like, you know what I'm saying? You got to question yourself you like, I don't know. And that's kind of like my gut telling me to just do it, because I just feel like I could do it.
One thing I did want to ask, when you started making the beats, did you step away from rapping immediately? What made you like, you know what? Let me just follow this path real quick before I
started noticing I could really make beats, like whatever I heard, like whatever melodies I heard, like I knew I could kind of like put it down or manipulate it some way, somehow, where it sounds like this, or it sounds like something I heard or a group listening to. And then it ended up being that because I just fall more in sync with that. And it was just like I had no passion for rap, because at that time, it just seemed like it was a wave of rappers that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was the blog era, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to put myself in the way of that too, because it was just too much competition. There was too many good artists around at that time. Yeah, think about, man, who else was it? Besides, it was Wiz, Dom, Chip the Ripper,
Cool Kids, Astronaut, Currency
for sure.
Pac Div,
yup. Mibs, all them niggas, man, that's right. So it was like everybody. What was the other kid name? Charles Hamilton. Man, it was so Blue. Oh my God, bro.
Blue was fire.
It was like so many artists. So it was like, I ain't gonna sound like I'm some scary ass nigga, but nigga, I was intimidated. Like, goddamn, I ain't ready to even go with these guys.
It was a new world because we were able to get away from being commercialized and having
real shit. It was really back to the essence of underground music becoming a whole again, like for people to go and like kind of discover shit.
Yeah, fact.
Like it came back to the essence where I wish Murder Dog magazine would come back, because
that was one of the ones.
Murder Dog would just let you know about everything, especially in the Midwest. I felt like in the West Coast and the South too, because they're deeply rooted everywhere, you know. But their focus was mostly the West and Midwest and the South, because they had their eyes open on what was going on in the underground. And that's how I found out about a lot of artists that came out then now.
So like, did you jump into the scene here first, or do you was like, man, it's too many legends here. Let me try to work my way up in the underground scene. Like, you know,
I had to really loosen myself up to understand I could navigate through it. You gotta believe in your steps with everything that you're doing. Mm-hmm. So by that, you know, I used MySpace as my major tool.
Good one.
You know what I'm saying? Black Planet too. If you know, you know.
Like,
if you didn't know about Black Planet, man, you missed out on the time.
Yeah, that was a secret right there.
I was able to access to the motherfuckers though. You know what I'm saying? That's how I met. It's crazy enough to say it, but I met Wendy Day on Black Planet. But shout out to Wendy Day. That's facts. So
shout out to Wendy Day.
JG, Jason Jeter from Grand Hustle. That's how I met him, was through MySpace.
Did you get your first placement through MySpace? Major?
Nah.
Or was it?
It was really, no, you want to hear something crazy? It was really me and my boy, Easy motherfucking Mac. That boy, Mac Miller, man.
Mac. My God.
Man, my brother. So, Jerm was like, man, you gotta work with this kid, Mac Miller, woo woo. And then he kind of like connected us on MySpace type shit, you know, and then, it kind of went from there. And we got this old ass song called Laundromat. That was my first actual placement. Like with Mac Miller. The song came out, but it came out on the internet. It came out on YouTube. It was leaked eventually.
But that's a placement.
Yeah, for me, you know what I'm saying? That's like history for me, because you know what I'm saying? That's like something that, you know, I'm glad we got to do, you know, before, you know, he checked up out of here. So
yeah, fun fact for me, right around the time, around 2009, 10, when I was working with Asher and all those guys, right before that, I tried to sign Wiz Khalifa first.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And Wiz was doing shows. I remember he did Earthling Live. I think, Cushion Orange Juice was right about to drop. And I was like, bro, I was hounding everybody. Like, I need to sign this kid. He's special. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't happen, but, the team was like, yo, it's this other kid you need to work with, was Mac Miller. That was the second artist I tried to sign.
Yeah.
And then it was like, yo, he's already moving through the channels. He's got his thing. But me and Mac, you know, we did beats together.
Yeah.
We did songs together. Real good kid, bro. Real good kid,
man.
And that was some of the stuff I never really told people, because coming up at that time, I was like the mixtape guy for that sound. All them guys, like, you know what I'm saying?
He hold his own, man.
Yeah.
That was the thing about him. Like, once he liked something, bro. He was on it. Trust me. That was the thing about him. He had good ears. He's
easy to talk to.
Easy to talk to.
You know what I'm saying?
Funniest nigga, he'll troll you to the end of it, man.
Yeah, shout out to Mac Miller. Did you do a deal then? So like when you first had your like placement on YouTube and doing those, was that something you was looking for? Were you looking to be signed as a producer to somebody? Were you doing publishing deals then?
Kind of was looking forward to. I didn't know much about doing the publishing at that time, because it was just like something I wasn't even knowledgeable of.
Okay, got you.
Present time, I just knew that they signed producers to, you know, these groups of people, you know what I'm saying, or crews or whatever.
Be in-house and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was trying to be more like on some in-house, like some DJ KLC, Beats by the Pound with No Limit.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I was trying to be with, you know, with Taylor Gang, with Wiz. Ended up meeting him when he came out here. What's kind of crazy is, nigga, I had to go down the actual highway. Yeah, I can't give y'all too much information where I live at. They were, oh, I know where that's at. Hell no, you don't, nigga. As a matter of fact, nigga, we in goddamn, nigga, hell no. We in West Africa with it, my nigga. Fuck out here. Nah, but, I went to go meet this nigga. I had bubble guts when I went to go meet this nigga.
For real?
I swear to God. I had
That's crazy.
Worst case. I don't even recall what the hell happened, but I just remember it was violent. So I had to take a risk though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just knew in my head. I'm like, man, I gotta do something, man. I got a dart on the way and I can't.
He had a show out here?
Yeah, he had a show
so-
at Club Blue, which was, man, it was treacherous. Like,
Right.
man, if you know, if you from Dallas, you from Fort Worth, whatever, around this area.
Yeah.
If you know about Club Blue, Cirque, whatever, you know,
Remember that.
you know, used to get active, and you know, that was an active time. I'm just like, if this wind is blowing me this way with it, then this is where it so happens to be. And you know, I was already a fan of Wiz.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, we're gonna make some real player shit. Cause I already had in my mind, like, so I already had planned out, like, what we can do. Just because of his taste and, you know, what he was into.
Yeah.
And then, it eventually ended up being that. And, he was just telling me, you know what I'm saying? He just like, fuck with the beats. I'm like, yeah, send me some shit. I'm trying to finish Cushion OJ.
Right.
I'm like, man, of course I'm trying to be on there. Mind you, this is December 09. So we going crazy. I'm sending him a bunch of beats. The laptop, the Dell that I had, that motherfucker, it crashed. Literally right before they came out there. So what I used to email my beats to myself, to my phone, so that way I could access my email on my phone and I could play the beats off the email, you know what I'm saying, in the car and see how it sound or whatever. I ain't have like monitors, so I can't hear how the shit hit. So how it hit is in the car. So you do that and then boom, and it passed the test. So the last beat I made on that laptop before it crashed was in the cut. But it wasn't intended to be for Wiz. The beat was just, I don't know what the beat was for. I just know I was able to chop a sample like that and kind of go somewhere else with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I did the same thing with the Deadmau5 sample, but I feel like, you know, he's a legend too though.
Yep.
So I give my respects to him. It was one of his samples it's a house sample, but I just like kind of like, how do they find the swings of doing these mashups of where you could take a dance song and you can mash it up with your style of things. So that's what I was kind of doing. I was trying to test it out, see what I could do.
Yeah.
And it ended up being that. And then,
And you did how many joints on Cushion Orange Juice?
I did 2 on Cushion OJ.
And what were they?
I was Mesmerized and, In the Cut.
Okay. Mesmerized. What was your thought process behind that?
I'm a dad now. My daughter's born. It was just an inspirational thing. It was one of them moments where I didn't know where life was going to go from there. I just knew it was good because my daughter was born, like I said. It was like one of the moments where I had to make something happen. I had to make some shake. I had to be positive about my energy, whatever I was going to project out there to people. And, you know, I just felt like the smooth vibe's always been me. I always been like smooth, always been, you know, out the way of things. And you know, I feel like that sound was missing, and sent it to Wiz same day I made it, and then I didn't hear nothing from nobody. And mind you, this is March, cause No Jay didn't come out until April, so I'm sending him a bunch of beats, whatever. There was a time I was supposed to come to Pittsburgh to link up with Sledro. Shout out to Sledro, my brother.
What's up?
And I ended up not being able to because I couldn't get off the time from work. Because if I did call in again, I was going to get written up, and I couldn't risk getting written up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, at this time I couldn't, because I didn't know where things were going to go for my career. I didn't know if it was going to be stable, you know what I'm saying, or whether I had to keep this job and then hopeful, like, you know, that things will happen on the music side. It was slow, but it eventually got there. It was just, I didn't know yet, but I kept going with it. April came around, and I remember the day it dropped. Just the internet, everybody was not able to get on Twitter that much. That pivot was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember everybody tweeting me Cardo on the beat. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah,
I didn't know
it was very critically acclaimed at the time. When that
Yeah.
dropped, that started a whole new wave.
It was one of those times where we were all appreciative of, because it was like, man, it looked good on Wiz. Wiz believed in what he wanted to do, and he made that shit happen, you know? So it's like being around those powers too, you know what I'm saying, kind of influenced you to do the same thing and like, or do more.
Would you say that was your calling card to the next placement you had? What was the next one actually after
that?
Was it back with Wiz, or do you expand out a little bit?
I expanded out because after Cushion OJ, we did Taylor Alderdice in 2012. After Taylor Alderdice, that's a good ass question. I don't know what to. Cause it's such a time.
Yeah.
That's over 10 years.
It's a
I feel
big
like,
time, yeah.
hey nephew, hey, man, I have my like, goddamn, I feel like that. Like, I got this robe on and shit, man. We feel like
Can't remember nothing.
Can't remember nothing. Nah, man. After 2012 though, that was like my departure from Taylor Gang, you know, as a crew.
Yep.
Kind of like just to expand.
Yep.
To do what I want to do, you know, at that time. Oh, that's right. Meek Mill, my motherfucking brother.
That's right. That's right.
Meek Mill.
I was going to say this, but I want you to answer your own questions. I
levels.
already know you.
Levels. That's right, man. That's the nigga that first, man, gave me my first big paycheck, man. Always been thorough with me, 100%, man. It was a time where I was going to get paid like 5, maybe 6 bands for the beat, whatever. I remember like not even saying a word about it, because I told my lawyer, she asked me, she was like, you think 6,500? I was like, I don't know. I was like, because we didn't know what my price was. Like, I didn't even know.
You were just trying to figure it out.
I was trying to figure out like what they gonna come with.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, Meek like, nah, give him 16. So they got gave me 16, and I'm like, I bet. Meek calls me, telling me like, man, no, I'm gonna give you the bag. Don't trip. I got you. Hang up. Cause I'm about to shoot a video for this shit with Hype Williams. Like, what? I'm like, nigga, what the hell's happening here? I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
What the hell's happening?
I don't know what's happening, bro. But, you know, Meek always gonna be my brother, man, to the end of it, man, just because he looked out for me in the most critical time of my life. Like I said, man, my son, he was just born, you know what I'm saying? So I had...
That's 2 down.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it kind of went from there. And then me and Meek really having, you know, a real, you know, relationship. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody I really, you know, respected, you know, in this shit. So, cause he looked out for me with that. So, yeah, we made Levels, and then we did Uzi. Damn. Wait. What year was that? Damn. See, now you got me kind of like...
Because this is when Levels was out, that was the period that me started really chopping it up heavy.
I was really going into my little dark frame,
Exactly.
like where, you know what I'm saying? Like I started letting my influences kind of flourish a little bit. Because a lot of people kind of like had me fucked up out here. Like they try to box me in like I was a West Coast producer. And no disrespect, you know, shout out to the West Coast. I love the West dearly with my heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that was never, you know, I never wanted to be boxed in as that. I just want to be somebody that can make music.
I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit on this. philosophies of a lot of producers that sit down, or a lot of rappers in general, artists, right? Make a certain amount of beats a day. You hear the line, Kanye say, doing 3 beats a day for 3 summers. That's a different world. Like 3 summers. How many beats a day do you make? And then if you don't, why wouldn't you?
For me, because I feel like I always have my foot on the gas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was always trying to provide, you know, for my kids, because that's the only thing that comes to mind first for me when I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I don't know, bro. It's a tricky question.
Back when I was really, really going heavy, like I'm going heavy now, but like back when I was going heavy, I at least try to do 750 beats a year. And
750 a year?
Yes.
See, with my
That's
kids,
light.
they wouldn't even let me make 750 a year. My kids would like, for real, because for one, like I said, I'm influenced by them. So whatever they're listening to, if I hear my daughter, my son hearing some shit or playing some shit, I'm like, oh, all right, it's time to cook. Right. So I'll cook off of that, like their vibes and shit. Like I don't make 200, 300, 400 beats a week type shit. I don't be one of them niggas. I just made 10 beats today.
Right.
I don't know what kind of cookie y'all niggas be looking for. I'm not even gonna cap you niggas down.
That's all I'm saying.
Y'all gotta
like,
stop that shit. Stop it.
I seen a lot of people doing that, bro. They got 1,000 beats. Like even today, people sending me samples every other day, 25. Like
influenced by some pain or some.
It's like, good Lord, bro.
Nothing's different. Nothing. I mean, for sample makers out there that's really doing it, y'all know y'all are. But for those that, man, stop putting NBA Youngboy or fucking Nardo or stop putting those in the description of what, because I'm not going to even bother.
No descriptions.
Just shock me. Don't even tell me who you produce for. I don't even care about that shit. Like once they see you turned up, they gonna come from under that rock. I always see it like that. But for me to make 750 beats, I don't even think I made 200 beats this year. I probably made a solid 100.
But you made some noise.
I made some noise because I was active. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a dad first. I'm a player second. Nigga. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. No. I'm a dad first though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I always like, you know, try to be more around for things. You know what I'm saying? My son just had a play at school. He plays the bass. So
fire.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what the hell?
You can't miss that for nothing.
Can't miss none of that shit.
Can't miss that.
And
we don't put enough influence on that. Like a lot of people that I've had on the show, a lot of them had kids, but a lot of people don't talk about the actual servants of being there for these things.
Man, what?
For football games, for
basketball,
ballet,
soccer,
for, you know what I'm saying? For the women, you got their acting careers, or just doing a test and being there to study with them. Like that's not mentioned enough. You know what I mean?
My daughter, she just had her first homecoming because she a freshman. And I was like, man, you don't want me to take you to school? You don't want me to take you home there? You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm just being, you know, I'm being dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting her know, like, man, I'm not playing about you. I just want
don't kill us. He got on your slippers.
Yeah, hey.
Kill us.
You see what dad got on?
We on chill. We on chill mode. Don't kill us.
She gonna watch it and I already know she gonna be laughing her ass off. It's like, what the hell?
But that's good. That's important, the dad part, you know what I mean? And the influence that has on our music.
She produced levels with me. My daughter did.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Get into that. How did that happen?
I was really, mind you, I was literally sitting down on the couch. I already had the sample up from Lamont Dozier, which was Shine. I had left the sample up because I appreciate the sample already. And I remember just downloading that shit, going on YouTube, you know. I'm not going to put out the codes because I don't want to get in trouble out here. But you know how you get, you know, Yeah, that part. And, ended up being that, and I chopped the sample, whatever, loaded it up, because it was like 3 different ways I was going about that sample, because it was like, every piece was hard. And this is crazy, because I ended up sampling that shit twice with 2 different songs. Not even cap, because you could flip that sample as many times and they wouldn't even notice it. And it went from that, and then my daughter at the time, like Chloe's only 3? Yeah, 3, 4. She walking into my little studio space, because she used to always do this. She'll go on my keyboard and she'll try to play, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I heard her going, dun, 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 dun. And I'm like, so I get up, you know what I'm saying? I get up fast, like, she's like, what, man, you trouble? I'm like, no. What did you just play? Where's the key?
She thought she got in trouble.
Yeah. So she played it. I just put it right in my lap. She started playing it. I was like,
Wow.
oh, okay. That's it right there.
Figured out the chops.
Figured out the chop. She figured out where the key was, and that's where I just like, all right, that's it right there. Boom.
That's amazing.
And that's simple.
Fatherhood. That's
my daughter ended up being the omen, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shouts out to my daughter. You know, I owe her hella royalties. Hella royalties.
I'm sure you paid her.
What? You already been paid. You
paid it back.
Man, what? You about to be driving, little girl. You crazy, man. What ask daddy about that? No, I'm playing. You know, you guys do that for anything.
So what record are we doing today? From memory.
Memory, man.
What are we doing from memory? What can you remember?
I couldn't do Seeing It All or Not Seeing It All. I could do Seeing It All. Cause I feel like Seeing It All was a big record for me. That was one of them, like I said, man, I feel like I was watching.
And it's the first time I ever did this. I always have it laid out to what somebody's going to do. Yeah. Today, we played Russian roulette. And it came to Seen It All, so we're going to do Seen It All today from scratch.
I would, if my daughter was here today, you know what I'm saying? She doing her thing right now. She bossing up. I don't know. She probably doing lashes, some things like that. I don't know. My daughter, she's a very, very, very innovative person. So is my son. So they both on a shit, trust me.
Yeah, I know he was whipping up one time we was on the phone, he was whipping up some food and then he wanted me to see the secret. So it's like, yo, what you whipping up? He looked at me like, you remember that?
Yeah, come on, man.
Like, man, wait.
Yo,
show
my boys over here making, you know, shout out to my little man Chico. He be making, man, he be whipping up the best mac and cheese combo with the Doritos, man. I ain't about to put him on the spot like that, cause my boy, he know how we rock it, man. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, if my daughter was here, she'd be able to do the goddamn levels with me. Even though she probably, I don't know, she act like she's easily unimpressed. Remember that show Daria from MTV?
Yep.
She like, oh my God, whatever. Sure, whatever, Dad. My daughter is the most beautiful thing in this world, though. Like Keith Murray, dog. Get out of here. You feel me? So I ain't about to make her sound like that, but she, whatever.
I'm not making that with you, Dad.
I'm not even Dad. No.
I don't even remember that.
Turn up, Dad.
Turn up. So we're going to get into Seen It All. We right here. Back.
Oh, man.
All right. So we're going to get into this remake, right? You're going to do it from scratch. What was the first thing that was coming to your mind? Was this like, yo, I need to come up with something so epic that I get the attention? And did the beat go to, we call him Dog, did it go to Jeezy first?
Nah, I ain't go to the Dog at first. It really went to Big Sean. I meant to send to Big Sean. I know, it's kind of crazy, but I was trying to get to Big Sean. I was on my way. It was the day before South by Southwest. It was like the last South by Southwest I attended to before they kicked me out. But
stay getting kicked out or something. Man, the bad man.
I was at the wrong place at the wrong time, man. So you know, I just be doing my damn thing sometimes. But what ended up happening was, you know, I sent the beat. I meant to send this to Sean. I don't even know how this shit even went, but I remember making this shit right on the patio of my apartment. I remember having an email sent to me by accident. Niggas was like, yo, how the fuck Cardo get in this car? Oh, this Cardo checking in. Nigga, I think it was you, Steve-O. It might have been like somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't know who else was in there. Like, oh yeah, well, we dropping the Seen It All with Jeezy and JAY-Z. And I was like, wait, who y'all say? JAY-Z?
Yep.
Like, what?
I remember calling you like, yo, man, you done did what I did. You got the J stirring.
Man, what, bro? I remember this nigga hit me, bro, telling me, he like, yo, I can't tell you.
He was ecstatic. He's like, bro, what?
Y'all gotta tell me who it is. I kept assuming there was Andre 3000. I thought it was this nigga, that nigga. I thought Dr. Dre, somebody. I didn't know. I'm like, man, it's gonna go up. And then, you know, eventually, like I said, after, you know, I was kind of putting two and two together because Ty Dolla $ign hit me too. He's like, boy, you got one of them ones. I was like, what? He's like, I can't say anything else. He's like, but when you hear, you're going to throw up the rock. Oh, man, I got Memphis Bleak on the song with Jeezy. Shout out to Memphis Bleak, though. Shit, what? Nigga made one of the hardest hours to me, I feel like. But,
So with the sample, what was the sample? And did you have it already or were you just looking?
I already had the sample. Like the sample was just sitting there for real, for real. I didn't know what was gonna become. Like I said, it was just one of them samples I just thought was unique.
Yeah.
And just could flip it some kind of way.
So play the original, so
original
the
is
people
this.
can.
Little
We can
trippy
just
ass
stop it.
sample.
Yeah, we
Little
started.
trippy ass little sample.
Yeah.
A little weird, you know what I'm saying? But I try to get that sample clear myself.
Before.
Man, what? Hey, listen, I was doing some real rogue shit. I was doing their job a little bit. I know niggas hated me for some seconds. But I was like, man, what y'all mean I can't get this sample clear? They're like, man, we can't get in contact with the people. I'm like, I will. But I was determined to do whatever had to be done to get this shit, like, clear. Like, man, I was on it, man. I was like, man, I need a director for the video. I got an idea. Like, I was trying to do so much, bro, but I just knew it wasn't my time yet at that present time. So,
He tried to sell the whole idea.
boy, what? I was trying to sell a whole idea, man. And I tell dog like, man, that shit would have worked on me. Now, if you know how dogs talk, that's how you talking about, hey, cuz. Yeah. Yeah. CTE, nigga.
So then you started to get into the space where I need to chop something apart so I can have, in the R&B world, they call it B-sec, B-hook.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you know just to not make it just the same infectious loop?
Man, to be honest, I didn't even know how, like, when it came to sequencing a beat, like, for me, like, I learned how to do it by just mimicking in my head, like, where the hook would come in.
Yeah, that's the rapper in you.
Yeah, the rapper in me. Yeah. Like, I know where the breakdown comes in, which is that, and it comes into that, and that's where you go from either the hook or the verse.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, whenever I make a beat, and sometimes the hook doesn't even start the right way. It'd be the verse.
Yep.
But when the verse starts, somebody put a hook right there and then start on where the hook comes in as the verse.
Yep.
And I'll be like, fuck, that's not how I want it. But it is what it is. Sometimes it'd be like that.
It'd be magic. It'd be magic in some of that stuff. Like sometimes you meant for it to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And then it go to second.
They hear still way different.
And it still makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's get in the first part. You put the sample in. First of all, for the people that don't know, what's your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice is FL, image line, man.
FL, okay.
You know, you can't spell ill without image line, baby.
That's right. Get this man some money. Feels like some Bollywood, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly.
It's pre-warping. There was no warping yet, was it?
No.
So you had to find your own tempo and do everything. Huh?
Everything ran.
So when you actually, get into the sample part, do you EQ? Or do you just mess around with it?
If I feel like the bass is like over, like killing it and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I ask a lot of people this. What's your preferred FL? 11, 20, 18, 17?
Oh, what?
Which one knocked the most? I know it's a
say
list.
9.
9?
8 and 9 was like, man.
Yeah, everybody be in 11 like, yo, this
11
that's
too.
fun.
So yeah, what I'm doing is the chopped up part of the melody right here. This was a tricky part to do because I wasn't so good at quantizing. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, so sometimes my shit just sound like it's got a swing in it. You know what I'm saying? I remember Ty Dolla $ign once asked me, he's like, yo, how you make your shit sidechain like that? I was like, I don't even know.
No, it's character.
I was like, yeah, I don't even know. It's just naturally
something I do.
Yeah, it's just something that just naturally just ends up happening like that, bro.
1000%.
However I hear it, it's gonna be like that.
It's gonna be different from where everybody has heard it.
Oh God, that's real shit.
And I noticed you doing this without a metronome. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little psychopath. I'm a little psychopath. I don't really care. Cause like, man, my fucking kids show me I can do anything, man. I guess
That's
I
right.
can do any motherfucking thing.
That's right.
All right. So now I got that. Now I'm like, all right, cool. I got the sample part down.
Yep.
Now what's the beat without any kind of rhythm? You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Like I give them a bounce, and I always found myself to be, that guy with that bounce.
Definitely the bounce. The bounce coming up.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm, you know what I'm saying? I work my way up to be the Devontae Davis of this producing shit, man. For real. Nobody want to be in the room with me, dog. That's how I be feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's whatever. I got my hi-hats. Hell yeah, techno. But it could have been like that too, though. Shit.
Right.
That's a whole new version.
That's the beauty of it. Yo, that's funny.
That's what I'm saying. You can fuck around, man, just fucking around.
While we doing this, somebody about to do this and put it up,
like,
and they're gonna call you for the clearance.
That's it right there. I was missing it the whole time.
Yep. Somebody gonna do that right now. Like, yo, I'm about to do an up tempo.
I'm about to call it "Seen All the Ass." Dude, fuck, dude, I shit fucking hard, dude. Them niggas ready. Fuck, bro. I had them hi-hats tricked out way more than that.
Yeah, it's gotta come. It's all a memory. It come up to.
Y'all gotta mind me, man. I'm doing this really based off memory. So
Everybody,
whatever I give y'all is what I'm giving y'all. Whatever I can remember, that's what makes it.
yes, right. That's right.
That's what makes it fucking awesome, dude. Like, damn, dude, you just made it way better, dude. You don't have to fucking redo that verse, bro. What made that, dude? AI, bro. Fuck. I shall turn up. I'm tidy with when it comes to like samples being actually on the fucking line.
Yep.
So I'm very tidy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I make sure the snare and the clap hits right on the actual P's and Q's of it.
What's your reason for no metronome?
I just like catching on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like where I could catch it on beat. Like, is my mind playing tricks on me, or am I hearing something different than somebody else hearing something?
Right.
Like, I always gotta be like that. Like, I gotta challenge myself too. Otherwise, it's gonna just be too easy for me to do it.
Got you.
I just feel like that just makes it too easy. And when people do traditional shit, everybody sounds traditional, like each other. Like I said again, that's my own theory.
Right.
I do
That's
shit
right.
how, if I'm like totally lost on that shit, I'll turn that shit on.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I kind of got a swing of something. See, one thing I gotta go by is like, how did the 808s go in this bitch?
Oh, you gonna remember as soon as you start to do it. That's how I do it. Every time I start, I'm like, okay, Dave's about to do this because I remember this. Did you use the same kit for so many years, or you changed up kits?
I switched them up, man. I had the Lil Jon kit. I had, man, the Day After Tomorrow. That's the Johnny Giuliano kit. Everybody had that. If you didn't have it, you're a fucking liar. And your dookie ass drawers is on fire. Yeah.
You're definitely a liar if you didn't have Johnny Giuliano drums.
You're just
Trap Lord.
Yeah, what is the trapper? You're just a capper.
Right.
You're just a 2 liter of Sprite.
You definitely had those.
Definitely
joints.
had, but now I switched up the kits every time because I always wanted to, like, you know, have like a versatile selection of drums. So
Yeah.
if I ever wanted to do like some different type of shit, like if I want to make some boom bap, I can make some boom bap shit if I want to. You know
The one thing you never change is what? That cowbell.
the cowbell never goes anywhere, man. The cowbell is a percussion. It's an instrument. So, I mean, it's like a nigga asking you, man, what instrument you play? I'm going to tell a nigga I play a cowbell. It's an instrument. Well, who tell me I can't say I can't play the cowbell? Who said I can't?
I'm a professional cowbell player.
I'm a professional cowboy player. I'm trying to tell you, man. Will Ferrell try to tell you I'm more cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yeah.
And then do you tune your 808s or you just play?
What you mean, like?
Like some people tune the 808 all the way to a C note and then
Yeah, I won't do all that. Sometimes if I like wanted to switch the melody, or I'll do like, or not to switch the melody, but the like the octave of it. Yeah.
Oh, so you play that. You don't punch that in. You play that.
I'll punch it in, but like, I'll be trying to like mimic real quick with like how I did it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, man, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really pay attention to the drums anymore. I pay attention to what Jeezy, what Dog and Hov was saying on that motherfucker. Cause you looking past the drums now. I'm listening to what they're saying. All right, now I got that shit. I can boost them down a little. Oh, man, little thing, fuck that shit, don't really get paid. The fact that I'm rapping the verse in my head while I'm doing this shit is the craziest shit ever. Like, I would never imagine. Yeah, I would never imagine myself doing this, like doing some, where I'm showing somebody how I make this beat. Like, this is my first time ever doing this, and this song been out for how long now? 14 years?
Yeah.
Now? Almost.
Yep.
Like, the first guy that kind of witnessed my come up is like now interviewing me on this shit. Like, you gotta let the record reflect some way sometimes, and just accept it for what it is and just be blessed. That's all. Cause this shit is like weird to me still when I'm just revisiting.
I don't know if it's much left. I think it maybe was a snare in there too. What was left?
Snare. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me get this. I had the open head snare too. I'm trying to remember every piece by piece, so I could just be like, okay. I had to use citrus because this is how like I think I was using.
Citrus is old school.
Man, what? Listen, man. I'm trying to see if it was like on here. It was like a synth I was using.
Got a good memory.
I got a little bit of memory, dog. You know what I'm saying? The best part about it is like still remember the bounce in the way where it's like, okay, he kind of got it, he still got it, but I'm getting to that point where like I feel like I advanced so much from this time period to where I'm at now, like what I make, like if I heard this beat now, like I'm like, it's cool.
Nah, classic.
Yeah, it's classic though. You know what I'm saying? But like as somebody,
You advanced.
I advanced.
What was going on in that time period? Was your team winning? Any of your teams winning?
Broke as fuck. I was broke as shit. my son, you know what I'm saying? Like he was a fresh, fresh newborn on this earth. You feel me? So it was like really it was a challenging time. Like it was one of them things. Like, well, you did levels. It was cool. It was consistent, but it wasn't consistent enough to the point where you're reaching these heights of, financial income being set and stable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it ended up being like one of them things where 2014 came around the corner, seen it all saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that record like opened up doors for me. In 2014, I was able to sign my first pub deal with UPG.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That was after seeing it all came out and shit. It was like it was one of them who let the record reflects. But as soon as you get a pub deal, nobody tells you how you're supposed to manage your money.
Gotta get a banker.
Gotta get a banker. You know what I'm saying? Get the right people as investors around you. You know what I'm saying?
This one thing I don't talk about most when we do these things, right? What was the independent bag like when these records dropped? Was you getting calls?
Hell yeah. I was crushing on that.
Indie bags.
SoundClick, man. SoundClick.com, man. We was running up because it was just like, before YouTube, it was SoundClick. You know what I'm saying? From me to John Giuliano, to Young Exclusive, to even down to Superstar O, to Vibe, even Taz Taylor. All these guys came from that background. Like, we all come from, it's like us playing the AAU shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we all come from here. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to those who I missed to mention from the SoundClick. Big Crit too. Big Crit was definitely one of them. Like I said, it was just one of them things, bro. Like, we see that from what we went to now. And it's like, damn, niggas really kind of paid it forward and kind of kept consistent with it.
Yep.
Along with the team. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just me and the team. Like, we put all our powers together and our egos to the side and kind of built something that we didn't think would even stand that long, because we didn't know how it was going to stand through, any of these storms that we went through.
Right.
But that motherfucker's still standing.
Your first pub bag, the most money you ever seen? Or okay music money you ever seen?
Right.
Oh, it's like, man, I could have got more.
I always look at it like, damn, maybe I should have started small last time.
Took you a long time to recoup?
Yeah, man, because I'm like, man, because like, you start off small, you know what I'm saying? And
it was a co-pub or admin?
It was no, it wasn't an admin, it was a co-pub.
Co-pub.
Long form. You know what I'm saying? Long forms, boy. If you know about long forms, hey, shout to long forms, because man, they did pay the bills.
Shout to long forms.
Shout to the long forms, but yeah, anytime, I read up my pub deal, because I was able to recoup.
Yeah, facts.
Over the last 10 years I've been signed with them. That's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise for sure. Because, man, not a lot of people even get to the next negotiation of their pub deal these days. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a blessing.
In this pocket, how important is sequencing? Or you just send it to the artist? Okay. Very important. Let's break that down, because
sequencing is like where you kind of could create a whole idea for an artist to understand. You're like, all right, this is the intro of the beat. Cool. The intro of the beat is going to give you a sense, an idea of how it's going to sound. Mm-hmm. Then it comes in the pre-intro, or the, saying the hook comes in. Boom. Okay. I could tell this between the hook. Bam. All right. Here comes the verse.
When you did Seeing It All, did you get any, nominations or any awards?
I ain't get nothing. I ain't get a royalty check, nothing.
Why you ain't get a royalty check?
Because they ate up the whole sample.
Ooh.
The whole cake.
Ooh.
The whole cake. Yep. Okay, yeah, baby.
But it did not make
sense. Yeah, the note was nice, you know what I'm saying? But I got like a nice little advance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout to Def Jam Records at that time, Steve-O. Of course, Don Can in there too.
Yes, sir.
Because he was in on the album and shit, man. It was a cool time though. Like I said, it was just, I don't know. I felt like, oh no, man, I ain't trying to get in trouble.
I'm trying to get in trouble.
Oh, chill.
In the game, they also said that you was one of the fashionable producers, right?
Yeah.
How did you support your fashion habits with thinking about, damn, this sample might take all the money? Like, you just went out and just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it anyway? Did you like just continue to buy equipment? Like, how did you balance that with just having kids and just being able to like fight through those
Right.
obstacles. I know I went through obstacles with samples, you know.
Yep.
People take everything you got.
Yep.
You done flipped it, twisted, made it
Yep.
sound like your own, and they're like, yep, I want all of it.
I want all of it.
You know what I'm saying?
90%.
How did you support your habits and things like that?
Really just by just working and moderating how I spend money. You know, it's all about having willpower and also disciplining yourself too.
Right.
You know, I could have 10 Lamborghinis right now in the front. Like, man, you trying to go rap, man. I could be on some real, you know, some ignorant shit.
Yeah.
Like, I could be, you know what I'm saying? But instead, like, I learned my lesson the first 3 times that I did, you know, renegotiating my pub deals. And every time I learned something from each one of them. You know what I'm saying? First time I learned not to blow the whole damn bag within. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Second time I learned, okay, this is how you're supposed to invest your money. You're supposed to do like this and not invest it into this or that. Third, same thing. Swing around and boom. You know, you get that little friendly reminder like, hey, nigga, you gotta go this way with it.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up being with this time around. So now I own property. Now I own a company, a filming company. Like I'm trying to do all these things that branch off as, you know, entrepreneurship, you know, trying to do things like that.
How about studios? You not into them? Building?
I own a studio. I'm building a studio right now as we speak. That'll be done soon. So, you know, if I got inspired by you guys from doing that, cause what you guys did at Mean Streets, you know what I'm saying? First time I ever been to Mean Street Studios, this guy invited me there. You feel me? And when I say I was like, man, I was just in awe about it just because how it was laid out and just what they were trying to establish at that point there. It was like almost like a safe haven for like every producer and artist that's like, you know, trying to do something.
This is the toughest question, man.
Yeah.
Nobody can answer this question. I'm going to see if he can answer it, though. What's your favorite record you ever done?
Shit.
This is the tough. Nobody answered this question correctly.
The toughest record ever done.
Your favorite. What's the most favorite record? And you can't say, man, because my daughter helped me on this. This is my favorite. You got to say the favorite beat.
My favorite one personally?
Let me start first. I'll tell you my favorite beat. And you got a lot of my favorite beats, but I like the Game and Drake record, 100. That's one of my favorite. That record's so melodic. I can like listen to that like every day.
Shout out to John Giuliano, the mastermind too, man.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm gonna say
I'll throw some out there. God's Plan. I'll throw some out there.
You can go from there too, but
Toss that shit like quarterback. That one.
Ooh, Cardi too. Damn, we had a Cardi in the mix.
There's some ones, man.
We got some ones. I'll say, man, my favorite one.
But you got to say why now too.
It definitely. I'm always say Mesmerize.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Like, cause that song was like, that was really a special time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just say cause of my daughter, but of course my daughter.
Yeah.
Cause if it wasn't for my daughter, nobody had me. Like, that's really
I hear that. I hear that.
Cause I don't know how far I would even took music. And, you know, I always look at that as like the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the guiding light of things. Like, my daughter is the reason why I'm doing this shit. You know, both my kids, you know, so it's like, I don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that I was feeling at that moment that made me pursue that even more. So, yeah. But Mesmerize, definitely. You know,
and did you put anything on the master? I asked that question too afterwards.
I
remember I got on you about some shit, and I used to be like, take that shit off of them beats, bro.
Hey, yeah, exactly. This is a prime example. Niggas like, yo, you got the fucking limiter on. Turn that shit off. I'm like, oh shit, my bad, champ. I ain't even know what I was doing, bro. He's like, that's how you been making all your beats.
Turn that shit off.
Turn that shit off, man. I remember because it was on the Meek Mill shit.
Yep.
That's right. You was like, that bass goes crazy, but why you got the limiter on that shit?
Tell the people your handles.
Cardo Got Wings, Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, Cardo Got Wings, man.
And you got a new project out.
I got a new project out called Made Man. You know, some cool, fun shit. It's pretty much just based on a time period of my life that I loved. And, you know, era that I figure that's like nostalgic, you know, the 90s, 95 to be exact, baby. But we're working on some other shit too, man. I might just drop some on you niggas before the year ends. I don't know, but I do know, if that makes sense. But
That's right. That's right. And this is BackTrak, Don Cannon, the #1 co-signer, Cardo Got Wings. Make sure you like and subscribe, baby. We right here.
You heard this guy, man. All right? Make sure y'all tune the fuck in, all right? About this motherfucker, all right, guys?